Thanks, peeps. Okay, so this story begins where many stories begin, in 2018. For many years I said 2018 was the last good year. I have since revised my thoughts. I have a ranking system, it's fine. But in 2018, I was very broke. And I was in grad school, and I knew that I had skills in acting and singing and dancing, and I knew that those skills could make me money. So I took those skills to a lot of different places. The theater world was where I had all kinds of trauma, but I tried there first, because go back to the things that hurt you. And then I was like, I can't do the audition circuit again. And so I started working in the strip club, because that required the acting and the dancing and the deep investment in a character for whatever time that I needed, in a VIP room or for a lap dance. And the thing that was frustrating about that experience was that I was 99.9% of the time dealing with cis men. And the way that cis men treat black women is horrendous. And it didn't matter where I went, New York, Atlanta, Miami, Chicago, Portland, Seattle. It didn't matter. The experience was very similar. And then we had the pandemonium, the panty raid, as I often called it. And all of a sudden, I had a corporate job at this point, but I was still stripping because money. So I was making $150,000 a year, $75,000 bonus, and also working at the strip club. And all of a sudden, there was a pandemic. And we had to figure out how to strip at home. And so I turned my apartment in the year of our Lord, 2020. Please note that when I say Lord, I mean Audre Lorde. I turned the apartment that I moved into when I broke up with my girlfriend, who kept trying to convince me to stop stripping now that I had a corporate job, into the strip club. My house was the party. I had the lights, I had a pole, my shoes were displayed. You've seen this. Because Miss Eden was there hosting the virtual strip club. And so I started stripping virtually. And it radically changed my relationship to my clients. Mostly because all of a sudden, queer folks were the ones who were on the other side of the screen. I had never had queer clients in real life before. If I was at the strip club, it was men. If I was doing burlesque, right, which I also started around 2018, it was a different relationship than when you're in the strip club. It wasn't as close, it wasn't as consistent, and all of a sudden, I had these queer couples paying me $1,000 to spend 20 minutes with them. And sometimes we would just talk. Like, I would ask them, like, what kind of music do you want? Or do you want to do anything specific? And they're like, we just want you to look at us while we look at you, right? Like couples. That was the thing for the couples. They were like, we go to sex parties all the time and we can't do that right now, so we want to be perceived while we do whatever we're doing. And I'm like, if you're gonna do sex stuff, that's an extra $500. Thank you.
Yes, that's the right answer.
Because I don't mind it, but it was, and sometimes it was just one person who was queer and was like, I've never been to a strip club. I've been in my house alone for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and I just want to talk to somebody. I just want somebody to pay attention to me. And so I would play some music in the background, and I had my pole, I had my shoes, I would smoke a little weed or like take a couple shots, but mostly I was giggling and smiling and being like, it's so good to see you. thanks for coming back. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. Because we had a regular schedule for Sanctuary, which was our virtual strip club. And it radically changed what I was thinking about my own relationship to stripping. Because, like, whatever, men. Like, I thought that what it meant to be a stripper was putting on this heterosexual mask and pretending that I enjoyed straight men's company, pretending that I was going to be their dom or going to be their baby girl, and if they wanted something outside of those two roles, it was going to be very, very expensive. But all of a sudden, there were women in Japan, women in Toronto, women in Chicago, women in DC who were like, hi, here's $50, can you dance to my favorite song?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay. or people who would be like, is your cat around? The people love my cat, Lily. Lily thought that actually the strip club was for her. Okay? She would come and run around while I'm dancing on the pole. She would sit in front of the fucking camera and just look. You know how cats be looking? And she would just...
From your home to ours.
It was ridiculous. And that like really shifted what I was thinking about my relationship to sex work, right? I was like, oh, men, I do men when I'm working, and I do queer folks when I'm off work, right? That had been the sort of like line that I was keeping in my mind. And all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, this is a whole market of the queers who have enough money to pay me to say things for their voice. You know, like people would be like, can you just, I'm gonna record this. I just want the voice note. I would turn my camera off because I was like, you can't record me. But they were like, can you just talk to me? Can you just tell me I'm doing a good job? Or it was really great to see me and that you hope to see me soon. Those kinds of things were the things people were asking me for in these small rooms. And it gave me a sense of freedom because once we got the vaccine and I could do things like use all the money I made to go like have sex with like some hot girl in the Dominican Republic or go off to Paris and London for like a real 2, 3, 4 week trip, I could keep stripping. I could keep working. My corporate job was like, you're going on vacation? We don't know what time zone you're in. You have to put in for paid time off. And I'm like, okay, girl, I've accrued the PTO. Like, that's fine, actually. The strip club didn't care if it was daylight while I was in my Airbnb or in my hotel. As long as I had a chair and my very good digital camera that some man bought for me, I was like, I need a new webcam so you can see these titties in HD. And somebody sure the fuck did send that off the Amazon wish list. And it just like shifted how I was thinking about what it means to exhibit sexuality and frankly sensuality for an audience, right? Because sometimes people were like, can you just smoke that blunt?
Oh, that was the best.
Woo! We'd be like, everybody take a toke. And it would be like 7 of us up on the screen, smoke.
On Zoom, y'all.
On Zoom.
On Zoom.
It was great. But like people would come back and be like, I want to take you in a champagne room and I just want to watch you smoke. I want to watch the smoke come out of your mouth. I want to watch you relax. Literally this one would be like, I want to watch you relax. And I'd be like, that's $300, thank you. And that was groundbreaking for me. I did not think that I could bring my queerness into my relationship with sex work. And somewhere in there, I met my current partner, who is also queer and also a sex worker. And obviously we have had very different paths to sex work, but they said to me, and I will never forget this, they said, I'm so glad that your relationship to sex work is one that is rooted in knowing yourself and experiencing joy. And I do not take that for granted.